Welcome to the Millcreek Government Channel. Today on our program, our guests are Mary Ann Warner, and Mary Ann is the Safety Press Officer for Penndot, and she has tons of safety programs she works with. We're going to be talking about one of them specifically today. Also, we have Dale Knox, and Dale is a driver, and he's the safety coordinator for Conway Freight, and he's also a member of Pennsylvania Motor Truck Association. Thank you two so much.
Thank you.
The program we're going to be talking about today, we're going to get into it, but we're going to get a little background on Dale and why he got involved in this. It's the Regional Teen Driving Competition. Mary Ann brought this to my attention probably about a year ago, and it's a great program. And Dale, you've been involved in this for how long now?
For this 6 years. 6 years.
And why did you think that something like this was important?
Well, I've been in the truck driving championship for 21 years. I'm a 5-time state champion and a national champion. And every time we would have a truck driving championship down in Harrisburg, they'd have a student driving. PMTA put on a student driving championship. And I thought, man, that was great. Why don't we have it in northwestern Pennsylvania? And right away, I got on the Pennsylvania road team, which is try to promote the safety image of the trucking industry. And I thought, what better way of doing it is through the students. So 7 years I tried to get it up here, and I just run into roadblocks.
Okay.
And then 6 years ago, I had Brenda Bennett call me and said she went to one of these student driving championships. She said it was awesome. How will we get it going? So that kind of fired up the spark in me, you know. And I said, wow, now I got somebody that can help me. So Brenda since then has resigned from it because it was so much. But I took it on over, got a committee, and we worked together, and we got it this will be the 6th year in northwestern Pennsylvania, in Erie County, that we got this going on. Great opportunity for the students to, I say, strut this stuff, because you have to be a year safe driving without a ticket or without any accident. And just to do that with our new drivers, oh, that's awesome.
Well, you personally have a lot of great background that you're bringing to the table on this competition too. How long have you been driving?
I've been driving a truck for 36 years. I've been I'm a very safe driver. I've got 3.1 million miles without a preventable accident. With the company I work for now, Conway Freight, I've got 1.6 million miles pulling doubles. So safety is my number one goal. In fact, my company, their number one safety, number one core value is safety.
Okay.
And that's the reason I was honored when they wanted me to become a driver trainer there. And here we got a terminal here in Erie. And I did that. And I done that because I wanted to. What I can help with the drivers not only goes to the trucking industry, but it goes to everybody that runs our public highways. I can't express how involved I get.
So safety is so important to you, but you also recognized the need for starting these safety habits at an early age with our new drivers. I mean, you were able to pinpoint and say, this is where we need to focus, because that only makes better drivers through the years, right?
Right. Not only that, but the new drivers, what they learn, for instance, our competition, what they learn there, that'll go with them for the rest of their driving careers.
Right. Mary Ann, how did Penndot get involved? I mean, what made you guys look at this program and say, whoa, this is great. How'd this happen?
Penndot we're all about safety on the roads. And we know that there's a couple of areas where if we just focus our resources on these 3 or 4 areas, that's where we get the biggest bang for our buck.
Right.
And that includes increasing seatbelt usage rates, reducing aggressive driving, reducing DUIs. If we can focus on those things. Well, I had an opportunity to meet Dale early on. I think we had some planning meetings that involved Brenda and a few other agencies and folks from the area. And what Dale was doing, I mean, he's very passionate about this regional driving competition for the teens. And it sounded like something that we definitely should support. Teens are inexperienced drivers. They get distracted frequently. They drive too fast for conditions. And they make errors in judgment when they're making turns. These are some of the bigger issues that they have, or the reasons that they crash. And if we can, Dale has such an attitude of safety.
Right.
If we can just impart some of what Dale has to these kids, you know, he's a driver. He does this every day, and he's professional, and he takes it very, very seriously. If kids can pick up on some of that, I think we've made an impact. And so I've been happy to be involved. Right now, I think I've been a test monitor for the written portion of the event. I don't think I've been a judge yet, but maybe that'll
Give
come.
her time.
Give me time.
She'll be a judge.
I participate. I help Dale wherever I can.
Okay. All right, now this comes to the one question we've been talking about. What is the Regional Teen Driving Competition? What is it?
Well, it's a competition that, first of all, it's for juniors and seniors in high school. This year, we're working on getting the homeschoolers involved.
Wonderful.
And like I said before, you have to have a year safe driving. That's including your permits. Mm-hmm. And every school can be represented by 3 students, okay? We have if there's more than 3 students involved at a school, we have a written test they take, and the top 3 scores gets to compete. We also, at the competition, we have a road course that they have to do. Probably 5 problems, I think it is. We do a pre-trip inspection where I set up defects in the car and they walk around it and find it. We do a written test to kind of bring back what got them there to start with. And then we do a perception test. And we take all the scores, and that's how we get our top winner. Now, we're fortunate in Erie County to have a lot of sponsors. I've worked hard on that. We have an insurance company that sponsors. We give $1,000 for first place. We get $500 for second place and $300 for third place.
That's an incentive.
Exactly. Not only that, but with the sponsorship money that we give them all safety kits and T-shirts.
So everybody that participates at least gets
Right.
the safety kit and the T-shirt.
And we give them medallions.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody competes. We get first, second, third place winners. First and second place winners has a chance to go on to Harrisburg. PMTA sponsors the statewide student driving championship. Where PMTA also gives $5,000 scholarship, $3,000, and a $2,000.
Wow.
So it is an incentive. On the other hand, it's something that gives them something to look forward to. And not only at the competition do they do all that, but I have a semi set up there and we do a share the road. And let's face it, I can show you something on a piece of paper and you'll look at it and throw it away. But when you see it in person and get up in that truck and see the blind spots that I see every night, that changes your thoughts.
Of when you're on the road and you have to pass a semi or you're behind one.
Exactly.
Okay.
I was fortunate enough to be on the trucker's buddy, and I had fourth graders at St. Luke's School.
I bet they like that.
They did, and I'd done the same thing with them, fourth graders. And I had parents coming up to me, "What have you told my child?" I said, "What do you mean?" "Well, whenever I go to pass a truck, Mom, you got to get around them because you can't see the driver's face in the mirror." Well, that fourth graders, and I done
And
got
they
that.
pick that up by getting in that truck.
Exactly.
Yes.
So if a fourth grader can do it, what about a new driver just starting out?
Because they are on the road, yes.
They're on the road every day. And let's face it, in the state of Pennsylvania, we got almost 122 miles of highway, 122,000 miles of highway.
It's a lot of highway.
Yeah, there's almost 108 billion miles traveled by all motorists every year on our Pennsylvania highways. 11.6 of that is driven with trucks. So some way, somehow, that new driver is going to be around the truck.
Yes, they are.
So why not teach them when they first start out?
This is great. We're talking about the local competition. Now, who does this involve? What schools? Is it just Erie County?
This particular competition is for the Erie County high schools, yes. There is, in our Penndot District 1, which is the 6 counties in northwestern
Right, that's
PA.
why, yes, you're District 1. I didn't know where
Yes.
this included.
Well, we have another competition that's been going on a few fewer years in Crawford County. And this year, for the first time, we're working with Sheriff Foy in Venango County, and between Venango and Forest, we've put together another competition so that the schools from those two counties will be able to go through this learning as well.
So this local one here is just for Erie County.
That's right.
And is it in the same place every year, the same site? Or do you change your different sites for the competition every year?
We've had 2 sites.
2 different
in
sites?
Erie so far. I think the first one was adequate, but the parking lot that we were using was not quite as flexible for us as what we have found now.
Okay. And is it in April of every year? In 2012, this year, it's going to be April 16th.
Correct.
But it's an annual event.
Yes.
So this is something that the kids can look forward to every year. If they didn't get involved in it this year, maybe they can look into it next year. Here's what...
And that's a really good point, because just the fact that they know that if they stay eligible, then in April they'll have a competition that they can attend. But to stay eligible, that means no moving violations and no crashes.
That's right. This competition, explain it to me. Do I bring my cars? Is it done in my own vehicle? Do you provide a vehicle? How does this work?
No, fortunate enough, one of our sponsors donates 2 cars to us, and we use those.
It's wonderful. Oh my gosh.
Let me stress, we would never be able to do this competition if it wasn't for our sponsors.
Okay.
And they're great.
Now, there's a lot of work involved for one of these competitions. Like you mentioned sponsors. Of course you need sponsors. Who else do you need? What are you looking for to help you put this competition together?
Well, when I first started out with this competition, it was only myself and Brenda Bennett got it started.
See what you started?
Yes. Since then, it's grown. And like I said, Brenda had other things she had to do that she couldn't be involved in it. Well, she's still involved because she's got a school that she teaches at. But there again, I was faced with, I couldn't do it again. So I was fortunate enough to have Highway Safety Network.
Yes, Jeff Crankshaw from the Northwest Regional Highway
Okay.
Safety Network. He's kind of been going into the schools. He goes into the schools for other purposes, but this fit well for him. And what he's been doing is creating posters that the schools have been kind enough to hang on their walls around March, maybe February timeframe. He works with them to do public PSAs, public broadcasting in the school itself to let
Okay.
students know. And it's been really, a lot of the organization work is done at that particular level. In a lot of schools, we can work with the driver's ed instructors. In other schools, we can work with school counseling offices. They've been very happy to be able to provide an avenue for students to maybe win $1,000. And maybe there is a school trophy involved in this event as well, and maybe represent their school. Maybe it's different students. It's not always your A students that might participate in this and carry off the honors.
Who picks the students? I know they come from the schools. Did you say 3 from each school?
The posters are generated are actually there to generate interest by the students, and they're hung on the school walls. And then the schools will contact the person indicated on the poster for that school. It could be a guidance counselor. Let them know that they're interested. And if there are more than 3 people that are interested in the school, that's when we have a pre-test that kind of winnows it down to 3.
Is it a written test?
It's written.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So and then that's how you choose the 3
Yes.
students.
Now, if that school don't have but 3, or they could have just 1. Last year we only had 1 person from 1 school that wanted to do it. Guess what? He took the team trophy home to
Did he?
the school.
Did that well.
How exciting for
Yes,
him.
it was. First time they ever competed, but the main thing is it's growing, and I've reached my goal. I got it in Northwest Pennsylvania, and it's growing.
And it's growing.
It is.
Other counties are picking it up, and he's making an impact on students, and we're hoping that as a result they approach driving with more of that attitude of safety.
Right.
It's not an accident. You know, safety by itself is not something that happens by chance. Dale works at it. I love it when they see that Dale works at it.
Thank you.
So you talked about a trophy and prize money, but what do the students get out of this? What do they when they walk away from the competition? What are they going to take with them?
They're going to take a whole lifetime of learning with them. Their whole driving career, what they do at this competition, what they learn at this competition. We just done a survey last year, Jeff did, and had the students fill out. And most of them didn't take it seriously. Not until they seen the police officers and the judges. I'm talking about like Judge Strohmeyer. And then they seen the truck there, then they took it seriously. And when you start having students take stuff seriously, they'll remember it. And it'll go with them for the rest of their driving career.
They will always remember that.
They will.
Yeah, Dale had mentioned earlier there's about 5 stations in this slow driving course. Each one requires a judge to judge that event. Well, we've been going to police officers, to law enforcement people, to magisterial district judges. There's a lot of opportunity for people to get involved in this.
So if some of our viewers are saying, this sounds like something I'd want to get interested in, you do have room for volunteers at this competition,
Yes.
don't you?
Yes, we do.
You know, and now you've been to the competitions.
Yes.
We know, of course, Dale is.
Yes.
I mean, he's the big guy. What's the atmosphere there? What are the kids feeling when they're there?
the kids are excited to be there. They're
Okay.
competing for their school with other students from other schools, and you get that edginess. They're extremely well behaved. Did you not find?
Yes, they are.
Very, very respectful, very well behaved. I found that it's been a really good opportunity to teach them in between the things that they're doing. Take 10 minutes if they have 10 minutes available and show them the AT&T distracted driving video clip. I think it's out on YouTube and people can access it that way, but let them see it there with their peers. And it's very powerful, and it might make them think twice before they pick up a phone and text while they're driving or something like that. Certainly we hope that we're educating them as part of this days-long event.
Right. And this competition is touching base on so many of the problems out there right now.
Oh, yeah.
The changes in our driving habits, you know, the seat belts, the cell phones, so many distractions now.
Well, starting March the 8th, they won't even be able to use, it'll be illegal to text while you're driving.
Good. And I think with kids, you have to just keep pointing that out.
Yes.
Visual, again, watching that video.
Yes.
We're coming to the end of our time here. Marianne, briefly, I know you have some other great programs that Penndot has. Did you want to tell our viewers maybe about a couple of them before we end this program?
You know, we do have something that a group of businesses and agencies in the Erie area have gotten together and said they want to do something about teen crashes. Okay, it's caught enough people's attention here in Erie that there's been a coalition formed. It's a Safe Teen Driving Task Force, Safe Teen Driving Coalition actually, and what they've done is they've put together some grant money so that they'll be able to get it's a Wii game that they can take into the schools and have them practice things like there's a steering wheel and the rest of it is a game on a console, I guess. And they can practice driving while texting, and they can see a little bit more clearly the impact of the distraction. They've also purchased a simulator so that a school can take it out on loan and use it maybe for prom week or whatever. They've decided to support teacher advisors in whatever school would like to do this in Erie. It's basically they want to take advantage of the peer-to-peer concept. And if a school is willing to start up a peer-to-peer group that will deal with teen driving safety, they'd like to support them.
Wonderful, great
Yes.
programs. Now, this teen driving competition we had mentioned was going to be April 16th. Where is it going to be here in 2012?
It's going to be at Grace Church
Okay.
on
Grub Road?
Grub Road.
Grub
Yes,
Road out there?
absolutely.
I know where that is. Okay, great. That's a great parking lot, lot of area there. You know, viewers, if you're interested in coming and just observing and watching the competition, you're more than welcome. If you want to volunteer or get more information, how can somebody get more information on this? Who would they call?
They can call me.
And that number is?
814-678-5035.
Oh, thank you so much for letting us know about this. I'm going to try and get out there this year. Dale, it was a pleasure meeting you. Thank you for being on the program. Marianne, it's always a pleasure. Something new in the works with you all the time.
Thank you.
Viewers, thank you for tuning into the Millcreek Government Channel. Give them a call. Get more information on this wonderful teen driving competition. Until next time, have a wonderful day.